Hello friends, my name is Marina and this is Rapunzel Fiber Arts. Today we have a spinning project. You might remember this fleece that we lock washed in these baskets. This is a Polwarth fleece that my guild imported from Australia. And we together washed some of this in a lock washing video and then combed some of it, and I've been working on combing it a little bit more. So this bin is pretty much full and it's time to get to spinning. So I'm gonna get my e-spinner all set up and ready to go, and then we are going to get to spinning. We did a little bit of test spinning with the first nest of this on my Lendrum spinning wheel, but we're going to be doing most of this spinning on my e-spinner because that's where I'm more comfortable. So I'm going to get that set up and get you guys set up at a better angle so you can see what I'm doing, and then we will get down to business and start spinning. All right, friends, stay tuned.
All right, friends, so here I go getting my fiber all set up and started spinning. This Polwarth is some of the nicest fiber that I've worked with. It is incredibly easy to spin. I don't know if that's because of the combing milk specifically or just because this fleece is really, really nice, but it was an absolute dream to work with. There were no noticeable flaws in this fleece, so it wasn't tippy, there weren't any breaks, the fiber was very strong and sound. There's almost no VM in this fiber. There was the occasional piece, so I don't know if these sheep were coated or not, but the fiber is very, very nice. I really have absolutely no complaints about it. And you know I'm not shy about talking about flaws in fleeces that I'm working with. So again, this spun very smoothly, potentially because of that combing milk that I used. I would have to do some experimenting to see if using something else to reduce static that didn't linger in the fiber like the combing milk does if I would still enjoy spinning this as much as I enjoyed spinning it today or in this video. So I needed to do some spinning of this project because I wanted to start working on a different combing project as opposed to this Polwarth. There's a blue-faced Leicester project that I talked about in my recent YouTube live. Here I've just changed the angle of the camera so you can see the fiber building up on the bobbin as I spin it into yarn. So the eventual plan for this project is to spin all the Polwarth like this, pretty fine and consistent, and then either do a 2 or 3 ply depending on what weight I want it to be. I'm kind of planning on a fingering or sport weight. And I have a total of either 5 or 6 colors of Polwarth fleece like this. I have 3/4 of a pound of each. Like I said earlier in this video, my guild purchased poundage of this wool from Australia. I believe the farm name was Tarndecourt or Tarndie, Tarndie. Yeah, like that. And it was, I think, $25 per pound for each of us with combined shipping costs and stuff, which is pretty pricey for fleece. Usually I see it more around $10 a pound. If it's on the nicer end, but not incredibly nice. I know at some fiber festivals it can get much more expensive than that. But for an imported wool, I think that's a pretty good price. My eventual plan, like I said, is to spin all of the Polwarth fine like this, and then once it's all spun up and I have all my yarn finished, I'm going to knit it into a pretty intricate shawl, either stripy lace sections or potentially some kind of color work. I'm not completely decided, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to design this shawl myself, which I think I can do. I haven't designed a shawl before, outside of like just changing stitch patterns. Um, but I haven't done a color work or a lace shawl like that before. Just knit purl kind of patterns. So anyway, I might have to design one because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a pattern that I like that has 5 or 6 different colors in it. I'm just not sure how many patterns like that are out there. I haven't really looked, but I might have to design one myself or reach out to somebody that I know and ask them if they want to design it, because I don't have a ton of experience with that. But I think I should be able to figure it out if I really need to, and it should be a really, really beautiful piece when it's all done. I'm kind of hoping it turns into a bit of a family heirloom, so that it can last at least my whole lifetime. That would be pretty fantastic. But it's beautiful. It's incredibly soft. The natural shades, I have like white, black, gray, brown, and then the silver, and then maybe one other brown or gray in a different shade. So like I said, I've got 3/4 of a pound of each of those, just raw fiber weight, so it loses some of that in the washing process. But hopefully I have at least a 1/2 pound each of 5 or 6 different colors once this yarn is all finished, and that should give me a really, really good amount of yarn to knit something pretty incredible with. It might be a blanket-sized shawl. We will have to wait and see. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with all that we achieved. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more in a moment in the outro, but I will leave you here for now to watch me finish spinning up this skein.
Hi friends. So here is what we spun over the course of the last couple of days. This is that Polwarth that was combed up into nests, and I have spun it about as fine as I can, and I still have a bit more to work through, but I have another project on my radar that I want to work on instead. So this is going to go and sit in timeout for a little bit before I come back to it, which is fine. I'll be able to tweak my settings back into how I was spinning for this, so I'm not too worried about that. And it's going to be a really pretty yarn when it's all done, but we're going to have to wait a little bit for that because I have, like I said, another project that I'm excited to be working on, so this is going to be on the back burner for a bit. But it's very pretty. You can see it's a very fine yarn. Here's the end of it, so it's not, yeah, there we go. It's very pretty, it's very soft, and it's going to work up just wonderfully. So I hope you enjoyed this video of spinning up our combed Polwarth. I hope you get some good crafting in today and that you have a fantastic day. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye, friends.